Hello everyone and welcome to the stream. I'm Vikova, you can call me V, and today I am playing Roadwarden. I'm really excited for the most ridiculous reason, which is that because we have the tailoring kit and the perfume, I believe 5 out of 5 appearance might finally be possible. I guess we'll see. Maybe it's only a 4 out of 5 that we'll have achieved, but I'm still very excited about it. Why is my game not loading? Let's see. There we go. Let's try that again. Hello and welcome to Calmly Enveloped, to Zan, to Rowan, to Kairevo, and to Story Dragon. Oh, and to the Ninetale system. Hi, Kayama. It's lovely to have you all here today. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Cotton Candy Envy. Yes, I'm very much looking forward to a bit of Roadwarden today. Coral says, I think you needed 3 pieces of equipment to properly use the little streams. Oh, 5 out of 5 is still out of reach. We'll get to it. We will. The countryside needs road wardens more than ever, but trails are getting overgrown. Roadside shelters are desolate. There are fewer horses to train and not enough iron for new blades. Okay, we're continuing. So, this is all very exciting. So, if we have a look, we've got 13 and a half hours left in the day. We still have to find Astarion, the former Roadwarden. I have no idea where he went. We still have to work out how to clear the rock slide to the east, which it seems like I need more people, but I don't know where I get them from. We haven't found all of the hunters from creeks yet, and I am sure that we're going to get the information that we need as soon as I get my appearance high enough. So we're going to work on that. Hello, Quirrell. Alright, let's see. We've got a lot of time today. We can travel. We can get to the rock slide. Oh, it's a muddy roads day, so we can't get very far. What's our appearance right now? 2 out of 5? You won't get cleaner without a proper bath? So if I went back to Aquila the Bathman, you find him while he's collecting empty buckets around the village, ready to carry them to his regular spot at the bridge. What is it, outsider? Got dirty? Yes, always. Tell me about your services. So, bath and laundry. I only have 3 coins left. I would gain +1 appearance, which would take me to 3 appearance. If I work for 2 hours... That's true, then I can keep my coins. I'm just going to get my appearance up. I'm going to spend a day getting my appearance up, and then we're going to go talk to everyone. Let's increase that. You don't need a bath? I do, though. I can't get any cleaner. With 3 out of 5, people are more willing to trust me. Alright. I need to ask about the bandits. I need to... all signs point to the bandits being from Gale Rocks here. But no one will tell me anything. Oh, I asked about the bandits. Hang on. What are you asking about, outsider? A broad-shouldered man raises his voice, and the rest of the group of labourers also scowl at you. Is it whether we are bandits or whether we struggle with them? Both answers would be stick to your own shit, chips in a man with burnt hands. As we do so. Oh, okay. Well, 3 out of 5, not great. Okay, I'll look for someone else. I'll go. Maybe I can ask Severina, the village headwoman. I'm just gonna travel around asking people about bandits and getting clean, hopefully. You ascend the hill. The guard stands up and puts his woodwork on his pillow, then asks you to wait. You hear his and the headwoman's voices coming from the hall, and once the man returns, he nods gently. You're asked to enter. I follow him inside. Severina puts away her writing instruments and sighs, but doesn't say anything. Her violet eyes are absent. She doesn't trust me enough to give me any work. Can I borrow the key to the watchtower? I should ask that. I desperately want the key to the watchtower. Oh! She nods. I've heard good things about you, I have, so I'll trust you with a spare one. But don't expect me to give you another one if you lose it. She asks her granddaughter to fetch it, and after a minute or so, the cold iron object not much larger than your finger is placed in your hand. Thanks. She glances at the exit. Whoa, okay, this is huge. If I were to look at the map right now, the watchtower here, the abandoned watchtower, we've never been able to go inside it. I have no idea what's inside it, but if we could get inside, we would have somewhere to sleep near Eudocia the Enchantress, which would be huge because I'm always wasting an entire day visiting her and I can never get any sleep. Oh, this is so exciting. Okay, okay. Things are looking up right now. I also want to say we have a boat. We have access to a boat, but I don't know what we want it for. Alright, that went quite well. Okay. Gatekeeper? No, I don't think I want to do that. I'm gonna travel to Foggy and talk to Foggy. That's a place we can sleep. The grass in the animal pen has managed to grow back a bit, which your mount welcomes with droopy, relaxed ears. The foragers are carving a new set of throwing clubs. Great, I enter the tavern. The place is messy, but quiet and warm. Foggy is resting on a chair, observing you with a single open eye. She welcomes you with a smile. Now, I told Foggy the truth about how she was being swindled, and I helped her foragers catch a moa bird. So I'm really hopeful that something might happen here. Quirrell says, any chance you could turn down the game audio? The music is lovely, but it's drowning your voice out a bit. I don't know what's going on with all my balances. This is the same as always. Let's turn this down. There. There. Okay. I'm approaching Foggy. Maybe my microphone's just not close enough to my face. That's probably it, isn't it? Let's pull this closer. I sort of accidentally push my microphone around a lot while I'm streaming, just absent-mindedly. That's better? Oh, good. Okay, so. How can I help you, love? Oh, I do need to eat, heck. Eat, please. She stretches out her arm and grabs a bowl. Give me a moment. You sit down at the clean table. After a moment, the keeper brings you boar offals, a couple of carrots, and a refreshingly cold cup of water. Once you're done, Foggy packs the leftovers for you as a snack for the rest of the day, and mentions that you've already paid for another 2 meals. I'm sorry, I have some boar offals as a snack? Just a nice, tasty snack? Ugh. Sam says, hi folks, hope everyone is doing alright. Hi Sam! Bodhi says hi, and I love you all. Okay. I'm a vegetarian, so I don't know if I'm judging this right. But does anyone else find the words boar offals like appetizing? Is that just me? Zan says just pretend it's haggis. Well, that wouldn't work for me, but if that is sort of haggisy, maybe no. Rowan says no. Okay, it's just not appetizing. Hi. She doesn't trust me enough to tell me what she knows about Asterion, but I'm so clean. Would you tell me about the next job? The next job. Oh, I've got another job. Okay, we're gonna get the trust up. We're getting the trust up. This is working. This is working. Siberia says a lot of people are put off by offal. Me, I'm a big fan. Zan says, I mean, most things are pretty unappetizing if they're not cooked properly. I guess. Jabal, hello! Jabal says generally you don't refer to it as offal when you're using it in cooking, I think. Right. Unless it's, you know, like, real grim, surely. I have already prepared what I need you to take care of. She nods toward a wooden cask that's under the table. It's not larger than your stomach. It's a mighty fine, strong cider. Brewed it myself. The folks at White Marshes paid for it many days ago. It was meant to be a wedding gift, but no soul came to pick it up. Oh, that's sad. Take it to them, dear. I know it's heavy, and I bet you're not eager to go there. She chuckles. But 3 coins is going to be plenty fine for you. It's not that far from here. Just don't lose it at a trader's stall. She cracks her knuckles just by making a fist. It's not so valuable that you'd want to sell it behind my back. You ask who exactly is meant to receive the delivery, but she just waves her hand. Just ask for the mayor, Helvius. He hates me. And what if they won't take it at all? Am I to bring it back? Why wouldn't they? She waves it off. But let me know about it. I can sell it back to you for a good price. Okay, we're going to White Marshes, the Necromancer Village. They all hate me there, but I did help the man whose husband abandoned him. And I did help the woman escape, who was clearly, like, she was abused or something. She was very frightened. So, we've done good there. And I'm not bothered that they're necromancers. I think that they're Orentius, their leader, seems like a bit of a cult sort of leader. Caribo says, please, Mr. He Hates Me was my father. Story Dragon says, ooh, what spell does what? Old pronunciation? I think there's like an accent in some parts of Roadwarden. Why instead of saying why, they, w sound, they always say why. It's quite hard to read. Like to narrate aloud. Sam says, explain to me again why I should trust you. I'm very clean? Yeah, exactly. Sam says the necromancers hate us. Where have we gone wrong in life? I agree! It's not fair. I came in delighted to see them. And they just don't like me. But maybe they will in time. Alright, I'm looking a little better. I've still got 8 hours and 45 minutes. I'm gonna try and travel. I'm gonna travel there. Look, 3 out of 5 appearance. Vitality 404. Maybe if we hit... I think if we hit this, maybe we could bathe a little bit cleaner. I'm gonna try. Go to the statue of the woman. There's a nice creek there in which I can bathe. I consider washing myself in the stream. I need 3 pieces of bathing equipment. Oh. The oak ash soap and the perfume you own can help you get cleaner. I've got to find somewhere else. I've got to find another cleaning equipment. No! 3 out of 5 is better than I usually am, but I want more. I want more! Oh, heartbreaking. Quirrell says, you can trust me because I'm trustworthy. You can tell I'm trustworthy because I said so. And you should definitely believe it because of how trustworthy I am. Yep. Do I have anything to give to Thyrsis so he'll clear the way for us? Let me have a look. Do I have some... I have some wild plants. Do I have any rations? I don't have any rations. Alright. How far away is the forest garden? 4.5 hours to get to... Well, I'm gonna have to be... I think I'm spending the night in White Marshes. I'm sure that'll go well. Seek shelter already? Your palfrey takes slow steps forward, fighting with the dense mud left by the recent rain. A tiny vole, as brown as the short grasses, is washing its fur at the edge of a puddle, but jumps into it once it notices your arrival. I bet that vole is more than 3 out of 5 appearance. Thyrsis is sitting on the bench, observing your arrival as he's grinding something in a mortar. You greet him, but he asks you to wait a minute, and only after he's satisfied with his work does he leave his tools behind and move to the edge of the scarp. The creepers on his arms are slightly raised. Hang on. Oh, I can ask him some questions. I should ask him some questions. What can you sell me? Do you have any soap? That withers the plants. Keeps insects away. Bug killing ointment. None of that is what I want. We have a message. Oh, we have a message from the forest speaker for him? I didn't even remember that. Alright. I'm gonna talk to them all. I'm gonna do a lot of this dialogue. I don't know why I said talk to them. I'm gonna talk to him. I bring a message from your old teacher. He listens to it without a word, then reaches for one of his bracelets, playing with the wooden beads. He grunts a few times and his eyes grow absent. I was happy when I got there, you know? Not a loafer, was ready to learn all their ways. Back then, Priest Orentius saw any spells coming from pagans as disgusting in the right's eyes. His tone swings between mocking and begrudging. Orentius confuses me. But I didn't let go, and the others outvoted him. Those were very different days. Okay. Would you tell me about Asterion? He raises his chin. Know what? I may. His amulets rattle after his triumphant announcement. But he then looks at the clouds in the distance. You wait for him to carry on to no avail. He might actually tell me about Asterion! Whoa! Huge! Story says we have a message for him. I didn't remember. Lol, how to be a messenger? Yeah, that's me. Okay. I wait patiently. He nods to himself. Didn't notice it's been so long. Fall's almost here. What do you think of him? He stands with an open mouth as if he's not sure what you mean by that. I don't. Left me with a heavier pouch, but asked nosy questions like someone else I know. He gives you a telling look. Where is he then? Well, not at my place, for sure. To prove his point, he raises one of his creepers and opens the door. Though from where you're sitting, you see mostly the cold fireplace and the darkness behind it. But you do have an idea of where I can look for him, right? Right? Yep. At a monster's lair, most likely. Oh, we're having like a moment. This is a very important approach, everyone. Get ready to vote. We need to make the right decision. We meet his eyes. The friendly approach. Are you all right? Kayama thinks this guy is messing with me? I don't think... Thyrsus? I don't know. Playful. Great, you're very helpful. Distanced. I nod. Any monster in particular? Intimidating. Stop treating me like I'm an idiot. Tell me what you know. Vulnerable. Please, Thyrsus. I need your help. Oh, I like vulnerable. I do like vulnerable. Friendly, are you alright is also good. Friendly and vulnerable I always like. I do kind of feel like he is kind of messing me around, but I think Thyrsus is also just kind of like that. What does everyone think? What's your suggested approach? Friendly, playful, distanced, intimidating, or vulnerable? 2 votes for vulnerable? Game, you meet his eyes. Me, I definitely wouldn't. Strelix is vulnerable or distanced? Cotton Candy Envy says, abstain. It's too much pressure. Story votes distanced or vulnerable. I do think there might be something too distanced this time. Any monster in particular, just kind of playing along kind of deal. I think I'm gonna go vulnerable. We got a lot of vulnerables there, and you know what? I lean that way. I'm just a big crybaby in the world of the grimdark fantasy world of Roadwarden. Okay. Please, Thyrsus, I need your help. Zan says you're welcome to veto and choose something else. Oh yeah, I mean, I would. But I value the opinions. I need your help. Ooh, journal updated. He waves it off, both with a hand and a creeper. Help with chasing long gone ghosts. I too have things to do. Food to find, Pete to move. Yet I ask you for not a thing. Before you mention that you doubt he's all that busy, he carries on. Asterion asked me for help with various creatures. Was heading for a journey, he said. Needed bogey bombs to scare animals away, even some weird ones. The harpies and sea monsters. But I've no such things. I can't poison the sea. He was heading on a journey. I have a boat. Asterion went across the water? This is what I need the boat for? Poison the sea. We gotta go back to Gale Rocks. Everything keeps coming down to Gale Rocks. Sam says we need more people who are brave enough to be vulnerable. That's a lovely sentiment. Kyrie says poison the boat. Coral says, was thinking the same thing about the boat. I think we don't know why we rented that boat yet, but it seemed like it could be useful. I think there's something there, right? Is he your client, or do you share a goal? He crosses his arms, making the creepers hit his amulets. Never had a witch or warlock at home. It's wrong for me to speak of others. I'll take on my pyre a lot of shame and doubt, and I need to be trusted. People claim that he and your tribe are planning something big, Asterion and the White Marshes. Do you deny that? Gloucester's band? Wait, whoa, whoa, whoa. He rolls his eyes, shrugging his arms and showing his empty palms. Yet the nervous twitches of the creepers add little to his innocent demeanour. He and I traded a few times, but I didn't bed with him or offer him mint and stew. He said he may have a job for me in the woods, and I told him I don't need his bones anymore. When asked what he did need, Thyrsis purses his lips. I want things to change, Zor. I wake up to awoken shells in the fogs and Gloucester's robbers threatening my family. All I want is for this cursed land to be normal. His yawn comes out of nowhere, but you then notice his dropped shoulders and heavy eyelids. And yep, that warden told me he's going to take care of it. What is Asterion doing? Skrillex says, seems like the Roadwarden got confused. Is this no road on the sea? Oh, maybe. Sam says, NPC, I need to be trusted. V, how clean are you? Thanks. Let's say I were to help your people with the bandits and got rid of the undead. Would you return the favor? Which undead am I getting rid of? He spares you a yellow grin. That's all you say? Yep, save the north. Or the scrap of it if I care about. And I'll follow you into a fog. Okay. Could you open the path to the White Marshes? Then you know what I need you to do. He smiles and reaches for his basket. These wild fruits and leaves are not much, but I can give you a lot of them. He purses his lips, his toes flinching nervously. You think I cannot find those by myself? Fine, go ahead. He mutters with resignation, and you throw in enough fruits and leaves to fill up his basket. He snaps his fingers. Done. I am going to ask him if he moved or was forced to. I raise my chin. Did you choose to move to this field, or were you forced to do so? He reaches toward his chest, rubbing a small tusk nervously. One of us sure likes to ask questions, while the other's got work to do. His voice is colder than soil. Alright. Okay. Creepers are open. We can get to White Marshes before dusk. We're probably not making it out. Quarrel says Asterion, maybe not an awful person after all. Honestly, after speaking to the forest speaker, I was already beginning to think that. It's complicated. I think it's complicated. Which is fun. Let's see. The group that you encountered at the Old Forest Garden is close to the gate. During their training, they use a meatless undead ordered to dodge their attacks. I have to go to Helvius. I'm not telling him about the woman that asked me to find her savings. There's not a chance in hell of me doing that. Alright. I'm gonna give him some info, and then he will like me more, maybe. The people of Old Pagos were suffering from a plague, but I helped them overcome it. You did? He frowns. And how, I ask? We learned about the illness a few days ago, but not even Arrentius could help them. You start your long tale, but the mayor stops paying attention after just a few minutes, pressing the cold, blunt side of his axe to his cheek. So some dangerous pagan spells. Knowing the curses of the druids, the village may not last till spring. Or maybe Thias is going to collect the debt now. When he mentions pagans, you can't stop yourself from peeking at the loud, undead shells. These people are so weird! Oh, Story has to go. Story, it was lovely to have you here. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye. Jabal says used rods could go up here too. Yeah, but I don't want to ask until he likes me, because he does not like me. Let's see. I have a delivery. I'm still 3 out of 5 appearance. I have a delivery from Foggy. I pat the cast strap to my bundles. With an open mouth, he steps away, looks around, and frowns at a woman who's scowling at your gesture. I don't need it no more. Take it out of our village. He raises his voice, but can't hide his hesitation. Then what should I do with it? Take it back to Foggy, say hi to her from our tribe, thank her for keeping her side of the deal. Not my problem. The woman who fled! The woman whose savings I got, she was fleeing a marriage. she didn't want to be part of. That's so interesting. I don't know who it was for. Was it for him? Or was it for Orentius? Interesting, interesting, interesting. Eudosha, the enchantress, would like to place this rod in your village. I don't think this is going to work, but I'm just going to give it a go. She what? Let me see. He swings the hollow piece of bronze like a sword made from a branch, then raises it above his head, staring at it with little patience. A lightning catcher or a toy? Well, he gives it back. Come one day before noon. You'll go out with the foragers as a guard. Work with them for half a day and we'll put it in a tree. Or on a roof, mayhap. Yeah, okay. Okay, I can do that. Alright. I notice Valen standing next to a shed. I'll say hi to him. I will. He's moving small packages, bringing order to some neglected shelves. His eyes are red from crying, but he greets you with a strong voice and a polite smile. This time he's wearing a decent blue tunic. Back with us, Strider? It's been a long time since I saw someone visit our home as often as you do. It's not so bad here. You haven't seen the worst of it, he chuckles. Me, I'm looking after our grain and dried meat before fall comes. Thanks to... He draws in the air and lowers his voice. Orentius's help. We've more food than in many years, but now we need to figure out what goes to our bellies and what back to the soil. I may have some supplies I could spare. Want to take a look? It doesn't look like I have literally anything you want. I should bring rations. 8, yeah. Okay. Farewell. Can I make it to Foggy? No. I guess I'm sleeping here. And then before noon today, we can go out and we get the rod put up. Sleeping in the shed. I'm gonna lose an appearance! No! Sam's is loving this music. I mean, it's got beautiful music in this game. Even though the village seems to be on its legs, most shells you spot are dead, just as occupied as they were during the night. We're going to Helvius. I'll do the rod. He smirks. Ready to get your hands dirty? Yeah, I'll do the work. Let's go. Oh, I'm probably gonna... Oh no! No! My appearance! What happened to me? And I'm hungry! No! After half an hour or so, the expedition is ready. 6 souls, none of them older than 40, and with no undead to assist them. Too dumb, the oldest woman explains. And we've no overseer with us. Their accents are heavy, but they rarely address you. For most of the time, they exchange single-word commands, gesturing for you to quiet down whenever you step on a branch. You spend half a day following the bog paths, but also going deeper into the wilderness. As a group, you manage to scare away the smaller beasts, and your guide claims to lead you around the hunting territories of the larger predators. From time to time, you keep to what looks to you like the most inconvenient trails in sight, yet no one objects. You cross the muds, shallow waters, and ancient dark game trails, tracking any movement among leaves and grasses. Hungry and annoyed by the insects, you go back to White Marshes, carrying baskets and sacks full of mushrooms, berries, herbs, and great leaves, but also a few birds and furry critters. As we head to the village, I follow the guide patiently. Helvius waits for you at the gate, nodding with approval. 2 steps away from him, you see a short corpse, bare-boned above its waist, but still wearing pants and carrying scraps of meat on its feet. Not giving you a moment for a breath, the mayor tells you to fetch him a rod. After you do so, he throws it at the undead, bouncing the rod off its head with a thud, and starts to laugh. Go on now, he commands it. Put it on the tree there, and tie it with a rope. His worker bows down to pick up the tools and obediently walks away. I'm sorry. Is he not putting it high? I say nothing and splash my face. It gives you little relief. You'd need bucketfuls of water to wash the bogs off you. The man leaves you behind, amused with the way the undead tries to approach the new challenge. A few times you hear the dead shell falling from a tree and the man's sonorous laughter. Ah, that's so annoying! I need a bath and I need to be cleaned. How long do I have? 8 hours? I've got to go to the watchtower as well, let's not forget. I might try sleeping in the watchtower. I'm gonna come here. I should have stopped at Foggy's and eaten. Okay. I washed myself in the stream. I washed my shell. That's 2 out of 5. I wash myself again? Where do I get more soap? I don't know what else to get. I just want to be clean. What time is it? 5 hours and 45 minutes. Let's forage, then eat at Foggy's. The valley seems especially peaceful today. A couple of lizards are resting on the rocks, basking with no worries. You don't spot any larger predator. I could try to forage, that will take even more time. Yes. The time goes by as you roam about, until you stumble upon a bush full of juicy berries hidden behind a boulder. Together with a couple of wild carrots and an onion, you'll have more than enough to fill your belly. You grow familiar with the valley, but you don't think it hides much more food. Okay. Can I get to these foraging grounds? I can, and I will. Jabal says it was saying part of your problem is torn clothes, not cleanliness, if you mouse over the icon. Oh, yeah! What? My clothes were also destroyed! I can fix that. Thank you. I have the kit. That's very, very good. Wasn't there some bathing stuff for sale at the fortified inn you visited first? I think that's where I got the soap. Soap was from Mahallasdell? Alright, we'll go to Pell to the north, but it's gonna be terrible there. Let's see. A small group of roe notices your arrival. The largest one sounds a bark-like warning. At once, all of them hurry away, heading west. There are many ripe fruits in sight, as well as berries and vegetables. I'm going to spend an hour foraging. If I get 8 bunches, plus 1 for the creepers, then I can go to White Marshes and give them to Valens. Most of what you find are sour apples, juicy plums, and a few clumps of sorrel, and a bit of lettuce, somehow spared by the wild critters. That's great. I go to Foggy Lake. I eat and sleep. Okay. I enter. I approach Foggy. I eat. I eat. I need to buy another 4 meals. Okay, this is going alright. Jabal says I half remember that either Pelt or Howlett has a washing item. Okay. Well, we'll go back. We'll go back. I took care of the cask with the cider. Oh, wait, let me fix... She'll like me more if I fix my clothes, right? Sewing kit. It's too dark. I can't do it. It's too late. Okay, well... Let's sleep. Sleeping in the attic, which I can do for free here now, which is wonderful news. I am going to fix my clothes. 2 hours patching my clothes. I'm going to fix my armor. 2 hours to increase my armor. Another 2 hours. Another 2 hours. It's as good as I can get it. Okay. My appearance is not better, though. My face is dirty. Okay, so I just need to shower. I approach Foggy. I took care of the cask with the cider. She pats your back with her huge hand and leads you toward the 3 coins lying on the table. And what happened to it, dear? I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna try and steal this cask from her. They don't need hard drinks anymore. You can tell your men to unpack the barrel. You can now trade for a new item. After you describe the situation, she rubs her ear. Well, not something I was hoping to hear. The more water drinkers there are around, the fewer coin will flow into my lake. She wipes her hand off her stomach. Let me know if you want to buy the cask from me. Won't last long, maybe until the winter, but I'm sure someone will take it. Okay, so I can buy a cask of cider from her. I need to bathe. You don't happen to have any soap, do you? No. Alright. We do have more... I'd like to eat. We do have more, what was I even gonna say? More coins now. I can bathe here. And then I guess we're gonna try and find our way down to Pelt of the North. Hey, Alma says Foggy's probably the best friend you've made here. Definitely. She's certainly the nicest. She was nice even before I'd really done anything for her. I washed myself in the stream. I washed myself. Woohoo! 3 out of 5. We're looking good. Look at this. People are more willing to trust you. You seem healthy. Good enough. Let's hit the watchtower on our way around. We can't get there by nightfall. We can sleep in the watchtower. And I am going to do it. The watchtower is blending with the wilderness slowly. A spider the size of a human head crawls up the wall. When it senses your presence, it runs to the top and disappears on the other side. I hate that! I absolutely hate that! I approach the entrance. The door is locked. Without destroying the door, it doesn't look like you can get inside. And after breaking through, you're going to make it much easier for potential predators to get inside. I'm not using the tool of destruction, I'm using my key. It goes in smoothly, and after a bit of fidgeting, you find the right spot. You hear the heavy mechanism giving in to your will, followed by the creaking of rusty hinges. An empty table stands in the middle of the large, round room filled with dusty furniture. Without the opened door, you'd struggle to see anything. I wait to make sure there's nothing trying to jump on me. This is very exciting. The first thing you notice is that the room isn't high, and just like the windows suggest, there's the second floor above it. The scent sparks an image of a cellar, humid, without much mustiness. Tree stumps used as stools surround a round table in the center, now covered in dust. The shelves are empty, with no tools left behind, and you see a couple of dishes laying in various spots, empty, sticky. The bugs are crawling both on the furniture and near the walls. Spiders, roaches, worms. You think about taking a look into one of the casks, but the smell coming from it makes you change your plans. Instead, you climb up the ladder. The view there isn't much different. The floor is covered with pieces of trash, dirty furniture, and sleeping pallets, which are moist, smelly, and full of wriggling and chirping creatures. I try not to look at them. You climb down. Shadowfax is looking at the grass outside, still touched by sunlight. You approach the windows, each one locked with 2 heavy wooden bars. Opening them would not be a problem, but knocking them down from the outside won't be an easy task. You sigh with relief. It's a safe place. Following the clue from old Pagos, I look for anything that Asterion could have left behind. Yes, on the trail of Asterion! Quirrell says, while you're on the east side, I think you've done enough rods to get a payment from Eudosha. Well, definitely after I put this new one up. That's a really... Yeah, I was thinking that as well, Quirrell. You start to move around all sorts of furniture, light and heavy. Among various pieces of garbage that you have to push aside, you find something unusual in the space between one of the pallets and the wall. An old, moulding wax tablet. There are some writings inside it. Other than that, the place seems to be empty, unless you count broken pottery and ragged clothes. Aha! I have knowledge! I am a scholar! I open it and take a closer look. Jabal says you definitely want to prep a bug repellent for this place when you can. Oh, that's a good point. Ugh. As far as you can tell, the tablet is filled with small pictures and chaotic notes focused on the construction of boats and oars, as well as on the nature of volcanoes. One word seems to be a name. Navica. That's the boat builder in Gale Rocks. He is on a boat! We're gonna cross the water, everyone! For now, I hide it in my bag and put everything back in its place. Time to wash my hands. I'm going to open the trapdoor and leave a bronze rod on the roof. You climb up the ladder and push the trapdoor with one hand. The planks are thick as they fall down under their own weight. They make a loud thud. You find a crack between 2 of the bricks and use the rod to widen it a bit. You push it halfway in and fill the gaps with a linen cloth. You move it a couple of times just to be sure it won't detach. You wonder if it's going to lure any lightning. I climb down. You're at the ground floor of the watchtower. Dozens of little creatures run away from the new source of light. I don't like it in here. I thought it was going to be nice, but it's horrible. Kyribus's boat in a volcano seems like a bad idea. I agree. I go outside. I don't want to sleep here. Can I get to Eudosha? I'm putting off sleeping. There's nowhere else I can get to sleep. I need to clear the cabin, but I need a crossbow. I go to the secluded residence. I bet there's another traveler in that cabin. Another hunter from Creeks. A loud roar comes from the north, making your palfrey stop. After a few heartbeats, it snorts and moves along. You touch the cold shell. The monster's eyes glow red. Go inside. I'll be with you soon. The stone creature lets you in. I enter the yard. Eudosha, could I sleep here? I don't want to. Please don't make me sleep with the bugs. I don't want to do it. Jabal says you can permanently clear out the bugs with repellent. Well, I don't have any repellent right now, Jabal, so I'm gonna have to sleep with bugs. Oh. Sibira says, why did you think it was going to be nice? It's been disused for ages. Well, the disuse, I would hope, would keep pests away. Right? I just thought it would be kind of, like, shabby. I want to collect my reward for the bronze rods. 14! Eudosha wipes her hands on her robe, puts one into her pocket, and waits for you to describe the locations where you've placed the rods. She asks you for a few details and thinks aloud. Let's see, 7 rods in total, so that would be... Here you go. Pull out my pouch. Great, great, keep it up. Ooh, that's very good. My 3 appearance might be opening up new dialogue for me. I'm going to start asking. I spoke with the monks. They're quite afraid of you. Are they now? She meets your eyes. What did they tell you? As you recollect your memory, she patiently listens to your tale, staring into the distance with her arms crossed. So that's how they see me now. A beast spending every breath to hurt them. Yet they still ask me to put spells in their tools. She remains still, moving only her lips, drawing out every word. All it took was for me to move on, to leave them behind. They call themselves pacifists, unlike blood-shedding unites, they say, yet forced my tribe to work for them from their birth to the pyre. It's the same sickness of the soul, believing that you see the truth, that all other souls are blind. When she realizes that her voice is getting close to a shout, she falls silent. Eudosha, I actually love you. Let me see. You seem to be afraid of the bandits, Eudosha. She trusts me enough! She glances at the gate. I'm not afraid. Glausha is fucking terrifying. Here's a little tip and engrave it on your soul. She can't be reasoned with. If you're strong, threaten her. If weak, ask her for mercy, I guess. Okay. Friendly approach is not the thing to do with Glausha. Thank you, Eudosha. She wanted to work with me, but I need no right to know her soul is wicked. She takes a step toward you. I think they're somewhere in the deep woods. I don't know much about these lands. I've got other stuff to worry about. There's only one place that I know of that could keep an entire band. An old lumberjack camp. But you won't reach it through any of the main roads, so... She steps back. That's that. They're somewhere in the heart of the woods! Ooh, I'm looking for Asterion. She looks into the distance, holding one arm across her stomach, twirling her hair with the other. I should smoke aught, or at least gather wood. The summer's almost over. I stay silent. After a few long breaths, she rubs her left shoulder. Her voice is weaker. Maybe you'll find him after all, and help him, instead of causing him harm. Her description of his appearance matches what you heard from Tulia. Don't be deceived by his height, she adds. He brought me herbs guarded by bear folk. Not many could match his spear and bow. In return for his various favours, I shoved Numa into his cloak, making it as warm and soft as the pelt of a white wolf. Best sleep of my life. She raises her daydreaming eyes. Her voice grows confident. If Asterion is still here, I'm sure he still has the cloak. It's green, has a light hood, and embroidered leaves. We're actually learning things! When was the last time you saw him? Soon before he vanished. He was anxious, tired, unkind, but from a heavy heart. He didn't explain. I didn't ask. He rested at her place for a few hours, healed himself with magic, and prepared his equipment. She shows a surprising memory for details, but not especially useful ones. He told me he was going to start a great journey, and that he'd bring back many stories. But he was afraid, I know he was. He was allowed to rest here, they were friends. Did he ask for anything weird before he left? Maybe he wanted something? She scratches the sand with her foot. Yes, actually. He wanted to borrow a golem of mine. She seems to finish her tale, but after seeing your look, she clears her throat. Oh, that's not an option. I've no way to stay in touch with the sentinels that are far away from here. Do you have any message for him in case I find him? Message? Just tell him he still owes me for the cloak. He knows we're not even. It's a damn treasure. She puts on a smile, but her eyes betray her melancholy. Oh, I'm so sad. She's lost everyone. She's so lonely. Rowan says they were lovers. It did seem that way. Eudocia's just lost everything. Jabal says a surprising memory for details, but not especially useful ones. Eudocia continues to be relatable as hell. She's amazing. I absolutely love Eudocia. Okay. Oh, I can't sleep here. Ugh! Oh no, I'm gonna sleep here! Oh, my appearance! Roadwarden 2, give Eudocia a hug is a game I would buy in a heartbeat. Absolutely! I enter the tower. I sleep. With access to an alchemy table, I could prepare a herbal bug repellent. What do I even need for bug repellent? I don't remember. Ew! The palette is buggy and far from fresh, but with your cape it's going to be soft. The thick walls will protect you from the wind and monsters. Yuck, 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 yuck. Oh, I hate it. Talon says meow. Hello, Talon. You think about the sparse clues you found about Asterion's whereabouts. If it's true he was looking for something beyond the peninsula, maybe using a boat, the old tax codices you looked through years ago could provide you with a hint. There's only one large piece of land to the coast, High Island, a massive green territory surrounding a volcano, with its surface spread high above the ocean's surface. It's a wild, forsaken place that used to belong to the tribe of the Green Mountain. But ever since the army of Hovlavin failed at conquesting it over 2 centuries ago, ships have been staying away from it. The rumours of the treasures hidden in the caves around the volcano were numerous, but not more reliable than the regular sailor tales. Come to think of it, even though you remember both official documents and vague scribbles focused on this potential source of wood, fish, and ore, you've seen not a word dedicated to the tribe, and neither to the description of its homeland. Someone must know more about that place. The shivers wake you up. You open the window, inviting the dense fog in and letting gentle droplets form on your skin. The entire tower is surrounded by darkness. You see no stars nor the ground. The fall will make the fogs even more common. Soon roads will get too dangerous for a single rider. The scratching from the lower floor wakes you up. You get out of the blanket and look down the ladder. The main door shakes. Just in case, you open a window and glance outside. A pale, muscular fright ape tries to open the entrance with its massive hands, but to no avail. After it hears the screeching of a shutter, it looks at you with its dead black eyes, then grabs one of the bricks and bounces up, shortening the distance quickly. You lock the window with every bolt and bar it has, just in time to keep the shouting monster away. The ape punches the planks fiercely, then climbs even higher, looking for another entrance, but is incapable of recognizing the trap door, and after another few minutes, you think it gave up. Just to be sure, I inspect every window and the main entrance. The Forbidden Island. Oh my gosh! You found enough clues to believe that Asterion has travelled to High Island, northwest of the peninsula, and hasn't been seen ever since. So far, you know almost nothing about this place. I need to ask the locals about it. Wow! We've unlocked a whole new stage of the game. This is wild! We're gonna go on a boat! Jabal says, High Island, yeah! Woo! You open your eyes and there's an unpleasant tingling on your cheek. No! Ugh! You reach for what turns out to be a small bug. You throw it away and look around, only to see dozens of tiny creatures swarming on the floor and the bed, as well as your blanket, clothes, and bags. This is going to make me feel really sick. You push some of them away, gathering your things with thoughts still clouded by dreams. You gather your things and look through the bags, removing as many insects, worms, and spiders from them as you can find. Shadowfax is observing you patiently, unmoved by the commotion. You walk it outside and allow it to graze on the grass for half an hour. In the meantime, you equip it with your riding set, and use the sunlight to double-check your belongings. The thought that no matter how scrupulous you are, you may keep finding new creatures in your food doesn't leave you alone. Ugh! Awful, horrendous, I hate it. I need to use the alchemy set. Well, we're going round the long way. Pelt to the north it is. Whew. Quarrel says this is going to be the Quantum Moon all over again. V gets so excited, but then it turns out it's really awful. Nah, I can't possibly be as disappointed as I was for the Quantum Moon. Space friend. Space rock enemy. That's what we're calling the Quantum Moon from now on. Jabal says also the mystery of the tribe of Green Mountain, which I really hope you don't screw things up with, like I may have done. I've got time. It'll be fine, probably. The guard ignores your arrival. As you ride in, the other hunter's sitting at a table, gambling for apples. You hear the sounds of work coming from the armorer's workshop. Oh, I'm so gross. I go to the well. I wash my shell. That's only a 2. No. I need to bathe. Some of the windows are open, revealing the dust dancing in the sunbeams. The innkeeper is sitting behind the counter, contemplating an empty mug. Tulia is sitting in the corner, flinching at every loud noise. I go to the innkeeper. So, you again. Need anything? Could you clean me? Please. Show me your wares. A crossbow. I need that. I need everything. I'm going to buy one of these food rations for White Marshes. I can't afford a crossbow yet. I'm never going to be able to afford a crossbow. Do I have anything you'd like to buy? Iron scraps? I could free you from this iron and steel, but we don't have a furnace to work with them. Let's say 6 coins. That would be great. Yeah. Yes. You pull out some items, but the innkeeper shakes his head. I don't need those, nor could I sell them to anyone. I'd rather make coins than waste them, so bring me something of value. Okay. So, how many coins do we have now? 24. We're so rich! Okay. Still not enough for a crossbow. Well, there's nothing here, but we'll get the information. Let's see. Oh, 2 out of 5 appearance. I don't know. Have you heard anything about High Island? I've heard this name somewhere. Let me think. He looks around, then picks up a mug and tilts it to peek inside. Oh right, it's a savage wilds around the volcano. I asked the locals what's with the smoke that can be seen from time to time, but they don't know much about the place either. I'd ask some sailors if I were you. You don't trust me enough? Is it because I'm only 2 out of 5 appearance? Is it because I'm only 2 out of 5? I'm gonna gamble for leftovers. I got some food! Yes! Yep, you're lucky. I was planning to give it to the boar. He goes to the stove and in a couple of minutes prepares you a meal. Here. You see a slice of roasted trout, a boiled egg, and a bowl of broad beans. Yes! While you're eating, he asks if you need anything else. I don't! That's so good! Zan says, is it because I'm only 2 out of 5 appearance? A question I've asked myself often. Oh, too real! Oh. About Gloucester's band. I don't have enough information. Alright. Go outside. Let's travel to Howler's Dell. What do I do with this rock slide as well? A mountain pass leading to the sea. So relevant. Oh, I have my magic chisel. I should just be able to do it. We gossip for a bit. I enter the village. I need to be cleaner. Eric's, can I have a bath? Oh! I'm looking for a few hunters, Admund, Dahlia, and Vachel. He rubs his neck and looks at the clouds. I recognise those names, but I've seen nae folks from creeks in a long time. They came here before and after the winter to trade for grains. Okay. Are there any old-time sailors around? I'd like to ask them a few questions. All our sailors are old-time sailors. Nae souls here have seen a ship in years. He starts with a chuckle, then nods towards an elderly man who's resting by a table, rolling an empty mug and mumbling to himself. Try with him. Thanks. I approach the old sailor. Okay. Jabal says this guy treats his boar well. Apparently she's a point in his favour. It was good food, for sure. Oh, I'm definitely going to ask the forest speaker about High Island. He doesn't notice your approach until you sit down opposite him. He raises his chin. One of his eyes is brown, while the other is white from blindness. Having only one ear, a broken nose, and a constantly open mouth, he looks like a soul at the end of a painful journey, but his voice is more amused than tired. And who fell here on my very own plate? You're the kid of... He pauses, leaning a bit forward. Nah, I haven't seen you before. You come to buy me a strong mug? You need a few breaths to get through his thick accent, additionally distorted by his lack of teeth. You mean ale? Sure, I'll pay the innkeep to serve you. You glance at Eric's, and while he fills up a mug, you reach for your own pouch. 1 dragon should be enough for a few rounds. A kind traveller? Hard to find such souls since the wartime. You find it difficult to tell if you see a smile or a grimace of pain. Used to be a sign of decency to help each other, both on the land and at sea. With a gasp, he tries to straighten up and reach for his new drink. Can you tell me anything about High Island? Ask Akakios about cleaning stuff too? Good shout, yes, let's remember that. He wipes his drooling mouth with his sleeve. His clothes are simple but clean and tidy, unlike some people. Do you know? 'Tis ne'er allowed to land there. Dangerous place, and a hurtful memory. Why hurtful? Long before any of us were born, 'twas a home to an old tribe, one who lived close to the land and spirits, but was chased and trapped like a hunted boar, and through no fault of their own. They were strong, but alone, couldn't stop the emperors and their brigands. He tilts his head and narrows his living eye. You know what? You sound like a city folk. I'm from Hovlarven, but through no fault of my own. Yep. What a decent heart you have. His weak wheeze carries a hint of amusement. After all these days I spent meeting souls from the farthest parts of the land, I'm no one to judge one from where they come from. Different thing if you were tied to that place, that den of greed. He takes a sip and helps himself close his mouth, the lip of the mug. How is Hovlarven tied to all of this? Have you ne'er heard of the tribe of the Green Mountain? Once as strong as our very own howlers, got squashed by the city corsairs, pushed all the way to the distant east. Someone younger surely knows the way. He looks around as if an ancient pagan village could be hiding just behind the corner. But you will ne'er be let in without a fine gift. Something they lack, no wonder. A sharp blade, a bag of spices. He notices an angry look from the innkeeper. Aye, do you talk about the Green Mountain? In his screech, you recognise Thias' discipline. I do not care! He raises his voice, but then has to clear his throat. Still, I need to get on their island. It's important. You really have nae better things to do? Nae lovers to bed with? Nae bread to smell? Nae mead to drink? He puts his arm on the table, then his cheek on top of it. His voice is getting tired, so you lean forward to hear him. Start with this. Reach the island after dusk from the east. You will no miss it. The volcano has been smoking for decades now. And many say it hides treasures from the old tribes. The island's walls are so tall you can't climb them, but with the night's high tide you'll reach an old port hidden behind a waterfall. Do all this, he pauses and wipes his wrinkled lips, or just pay for a ship in the city. They're tall as fortresses, that's what you need. Have you ever landed on the island? He raises his head enough to take a sip of ale. The storm shoved us into the rocks, but we knew their story, so we reached the port and its tunnel. Building the raft took us 2 days. All the logs and vines we had to cut. There were 5 of us at first. 2 lived long enough to hit the sea again, and only I reached the coast. My wife bled out in my arms. The beast took us one by one. His voice gets even weaker. Nay spirit would hear our pleas in that cursed land. You think about a response while the sailor lowers his head again and closes his eyes. The dead one remains half open. Want my advice? He can't see or nod. The moon and stars cannot reach the island. You want to see anything, take lights with you. Now ask me nothing more. Apologies for opening the old wound, and thank you for your help. Okay, we're going to Akakios. When Akakios notices your arrival, he tells the other villagers to give you some time in private. Any good news? How's your daughter? Did the potion work? She's fine. Brought back her first lizard, and nay thanks to me, he exhales. She didn't accept my help, a burnt bridge. But I had a chance to talk with her. He scratches his head. At least now I can heal myself when we get swarmed by the undead, or brigands, or goblins, or the Unites. Whatever it is that we're afraid of now. Oh, okay. What do you have for sale? No! Linen sheets and a sharp axe. I don't know where I'm gonna get soap. I'm not soap, like an additional cleaning thing. I have goods to sell. Do you want anything? A golem rod. No, I've got to put more of them up, haven't I? Alright. Thank you. Oh, no worries, Quarrel. I have had no idea what to search, to be honest, so it's fine. Gathering a crew. This is really holding my hand at the moment. According to what you've learned, you can only reach High Island by a boat, leaving the coast during the day and landing at night time during high tide. A chance that you're going to find him there on your own is slim. So I need a boat and maybe a few friends or mercenaries. I'll be able to do that. I have friends. Sort of. Old Pagos. Maybe I could get people from Old Pagos to go with me. We're here. I'm gonna travel to the Elder's Cave. Let's see. A flock of colourful birds is circling in the sky. The old man shuts the door with a resonant thud. What do you need, traveller? What can you tell me about the tribe of the Green Mountain? He considers your question and finally looks at the sky, making his long hair fall on his back. Listen closely, I'm not going to say anything else. He takes a deep breath and turns toward the pond, observing the current. The road in the far east, one that's now abandoned, is near showing the truth. Look for a brook bridge made of stone. On its northern side, turn east again, go along the stream. It will be rough at first, but soon enough you'll get to the game trail, then a mountain. Climb it to reach the village of the tribe of the Green Mountain, who follow traditions older than any of ours. This grim tribe avoids the outside world. Right's followers have hurt them deeply. If you want them to share a stew with you, this is what you should tell. I'm a freedom seeker, a friend of the speakers of the forest. Oh, it's raining. Yay. Sorry, I don't know if that's probably not going to be picked up by my mic, but I'm excited. Say these words like an unwanted guest looking for a roof. They do not want you there, but prove to them that you are willing to listen, and they just speak. He turns toward you. There's nothing else to say. I have some other questions. Okay. I need to learn more about High Island. His eyes widen. Come again? You move your lips slowly as you repeat your question, and his look grows suspicious. Why would you head for that forsaken land? You explain briefly what you've learned about Asterion. The elder listens patiently, but then straightens up and raises his voice. Even his accent gets thicker, as if he's repeating an old sermon. The feet of the living have nothing to find in these ancient woods and their ruins. 'Tis but a graveyard of a tribe long driven out, and their memories deserve to be either forgotten or shared by their descendants. He remains in the same position for another few breaths, then lowers his shoulders and looks into your eyes. I look back at him. You may be but a city spy, stranger, but... He starts, then enters the path leading down the hill, and gestures for you to follow him on his stroll. During his speech, he never glances at your lips, and doesn't ask if you have any questions. Centuries ago, a great tribe used to live on High Island. Hunting, farming, mining, fishing. He observes the pond as it gets continuously more muddy. Prospering. The volcano, the Green Mountain, is naked since its last eruption a few years back. But wait another generation and the wilderness will cover it again. There's a sudden movement coming from the grasses on your right, but as you look in that direction you notice that a deer is just observing you, though at an unusually close distance. It is near my place to paint their suffering, but what is near secret is how they've been treated by Hovlaven. Join us, or the sea will be taken away from you, they've heard. Corsairs had surrounded their island and attacked anyone on sight, waiting for the tribe to surrender. He can't cover the growing disdain in his voice. After a decade, the 10 cities breached the shore, tired of waiting. Cloaked by night, they crossed the walls that were raised to stop beasts, not human-shaped creatures. With farms burnt, supplies taken, and harbours destroyed, the tribe saw no future for itself. Yet instead of bending to the will of the Emperor, they left on their last hidden ship. At least those who survived. He takes a deeper breath. The city folk resettled the island, but had no knowledge of it or of its weird seasons. Beasts and eruptions crushed them, as they had crushed the previous dwellers. There was no single soul that would gain from all this suffering. I tried to memorize it all. Man, I hate Hovlaven. I'm definitely not giving them anything at all. I did ask the innkeeper to buy stuff, I believe. I didn't have anything from there. He was selling the crossbow. The man observes the bloody remains of a rabbit lying at the side of the road, and after maybe a minute nods for you to follow him back to his garden. To land there, you have to reach the island soon after dusk, when the sea rises. Only then can you reach the cave hidden behind one of the waterfalls. I do not know which waterfall it is, he observes you, making sure you're listening. And you'll do better by speaking with the tribe of the Green Mountain before you attempt it. 'Tis their land, and you ought ne'er to trespass hard. Sorry. Of course. He's observing your lips. Do you need anything else? Can I buy some wound wort? He looks at you with a renewed curiosity, then rests at the wooden bench, from where he glances at the pink flowers. His beard shakes as he tilts his head forward. Wishing to help the wounded, I see. A notable goal. Once his eyes turn toward your lips, you see a doubting raised eyebrow. 'Tis a good season to pick their flowers and leaves, but you'd leave me with nothing but the bare stalks and the black tubers in the soil. And I quite like these tubers. You wish to take the oils away, take care of the rest. It shouldn't take more than an hour, very well. Quarles is not the pelt innkeeper, the one in Howler's Dell. The one dealing in food rather than general supplies. They had a Dragon Point dialogue option. Oh! Eric's, the innkeeper. He does give a good bath as well. Yeah, I'll try that. Thank you. Grab yourself a cloth from the bucket. Keep your knees from dirt. His tone has not a hint of a light-hearted invitation. It's an order of a master addressing their pupil, a statement as undisputed as the colour of the sky. You put away your belongings and grab the cloth and a small spade that's placed next to it. As you prepare Shadowfax to graze in peace, you notice a horned bear among the nearby trees just down the path. It completely ignores your presence, and as you're reaching for the axe, you hear a calm voice of the elder. Let the beasts drink in peace. They seek no harm. After a minute or so, you place the cloth on the ground and kneel on it. You start by cutting away the oily parts of the plant with your dagger and placing them on a wax-sealed linen cloth, hoping they'll stay somewhat fresh before the season ends. You stop caring about the way they colour your fingers with green and pink. You don't have to be gentle either. After all, you plan to remove the wound warts in their entirety. The man interrupts you before you start digging. I do not expect as many herbs growing in the city. You look at him and wipe your forehead with the sleeve. Let's see. I shrug. I wasn't born in Havlaven. New background. He nods. I figured as much. You stab the soil with the spade, getting to all the black rhizomes and roots you can find. The man tells you to leave the garden bed as it is, so you can add some animal dung to it. You've gathered a small pile of yellowish worm-like tubers still covered in dirt, not much longer than a finger and disturbingly twisted. You gesture at the results of your work, but the man frowns and looks toward the pond. You forgot to wash them, herbalist. Fine. You get closer to the tiny waterfall. You stand across it and let the cool water do your job for you, in the meantime washing your hands. The refreshing touch tempts you to take a sip as well. Finally, you put the tubers on the bench, and the old man, without a comment, grabs one of them and puts it in his mouth, chewing with a hint of a smile. Your mount just woke up from its short nap. I'm going to enter the cave and see if I can make something with these wound warts. I approach the alchemical instruments. I've missed some things. Jubal's got a long note. Bug repellent? I don't think I have the things for bug repellent. Yes, I need to do something nice for the Tribe of Green Mountain. I'm gonna take a chicken with me and see how that goes. You probably did hear a scream calmly. There's some children playing outside. No worries, everyone. It's just a child in the courtyard outside. They scream like a lot. Let's see. Quarles says danger unexploded child. Exactly. Alright, let's look at the herbal bug repellent. I'd better get to foraging. Sorry, let's see. You can't make all of the bugs disappear in a day, but you know the recipe for a strong, poisonous balm with a tempting smell. It will kill most of the creatures right after consumption, while others will take pieces of it to their lairs and either eliminate their colonies or force them to resettle. At least that's what you've read. I'd better get to foraging. You look for rue, wormwood, catmint, pale lavender, and wolf leaf, and you're lucky to come across some clover and dill. Once you bring them all back to the table, you start with your knife and end with a mortar. It may not be a real alchemy, but the smell is quite something. At first harsh, pinching, then gentle and sweet. You add a drop of linseed oil, and the leaves blend into a green ointment. I wash one of the jars that are on a shelf and use it to store the balm. That's great. I didn't think I would have the ingredients, but it was just like, no, you have them, sure. I would like to get withering dust for the creepers. I need a bog friend. Well, I don't have that. Can I make a healing potion? Woundwort and marsh beetles. I use the first recipe. You chop and grind for over 2 dozen of various herbs into a green pulp, making an ointment with a strong woundworty smell. Then mix it with the juice of carefully squeezed marsh beetles, clean of any seeds and peels. So far, so good. Then you spend long, long minutes at the table, constantly keeping the liquid on the brink of boiling, every now and then lowering and raising the small cauldron that hangs above the flame of an oil lamp. The boredom bites your fingers, but you don't even have the time to go grab some water to drink. You think of the alchemists who spend day after day repeating this procedure in their workshops. Hardly a tempting vision. At least the room is now filled with a pleasant aroma, making the nearby woman much calmer than usual. You pour the grass-green liquid into one of the earthenware bottles, then seal it. The potion is ready. I clean up everything and step away from the table. Okay. I enter the cavern, and I sleep. I'm sleeping on a pile of furs. I'm gonna get hungry and gross, but such is life. Jabal says the game has been put into debug mode. Jabal says, I'm pretty sure you need something fancier than a chicken. I don't know if foggy cider would work. Oh, let's try that then. Yeah. It's only 4 coins. We can definitely afford it. Okay. I go outside. I approach the spring. I wash my shell carefully. 3! I step away. Oh, okay, that's a good start. Now, okay. This is going very well. Now we travel to Howlersdale. Yes, I think now we travel to Howlersdale. Rowan says life in Roadwarden is hungry and gross. Wait, Rowan, did you see when I slept in the watchtower? It was horrendous. Absolutely nasty. Ugh. Okay, we gossip for a bit. I enter the village. I go to the main square. I approach Eric's. Do you have any food rations I could buy? Okay, well, I've definitely seen this before, just not on this run. Show me the rations first. Okay. A teeth cleaning set! Buy! Yes! Ah, someone dreams of a healthier smile. He rubs his hands. But before you take it, he puts the box in front of you. I've got the hazelnut twigs in the sheath, but can replace them in no time. What taste are you looking for? Ooh! Hazelnut, walnut, apple tree, oak, and willow? I don't think I want it to taste like oak or willow, to be honest. Apple tree sounds nice. Quirrell says, I knew I remembered it somewhere around here. It was a great shout, Quirrell. Thank you. Everyone's saying walnut from Zan. Javal's pro walnut. No, I want apple taste. Apple tree. He disappears for a few minutes and returns with a couple of twigs, which he puts into the sheath. What else do you need? I will get a few rations. Yes. I'm going to get as much food as I can eat and a proper laundry with a bath. You don't keep track of time, easing your soul with warm water and whiffs of oil. You are served a raw cabbage head, a smoked quail wing, and a cup of yogurt. Wow! While the youngsters wash your clothes in the stream, after an hour you return to Eric's. Thanks. It didn't do anything! Fine. I leave the square. I travel. Let's go buy the... We could go buy that from Foggy. I need a crossbow. I'm sure that there's another hunter dead in that cabin. I've got to find it out for Creeks. But I can't afford the crossbow yet. I guess I could work for these guards. How much do I get? Maybe a messenger between you get 3 coins. I don't know. Alright. Let's carry on. Zan says, wait, like the tree, not the apples? Oh no, you're right! Taylor? Let's talk about the fancy clothes. I can't afford any of this. I don't need anything repaired because I can repair my own. Oh, I get +1 appearance if I pay 1 for outfit repairs. But can I do that myself? Inventory. 1 hour and 30 minutes. Look at this! 4 out of 5! Oh, wait, what if I did it now? Oh, this is... we're still not good enough for a 5 out of 5 appearance, but you know what? I'll take it. This is very good. Look at our appearance. You're clean and tidy. You seem healthy. People are more willing to trust you and will offer you better prices. Wow. Alright, let's go to Foggy. Jabal says, oof, I bet fancy clothes are how you get 5 out of 5. When am I ever going to have 30 gold? Sam says, you've always been 5 out of 5 on my scale. Thanks. Rowan says, you're so attractive now. It's the teeth. It's the clean teeth, you know, the apple tree scented teeth. Okay, I enter the tavern. I approach Foggy. I would like to buy your cask of cider. Buy. I have 3 meals left. I don't even need any right now. 4 hours. Wondering what else I can do in these 4 hours. Could visit creeks? I think that's probably worth doing. Zan says the appearance thing is a really interesting mechanic. I mean, the thing is you can see what it says there, but I haven't really been sure how much of an effect it had. But at the moment, I think I'm getting more help because of it, so... Because I didn't have enough trust before for it to matter, but then once you have the trust, you need the appearance as well. I approached the shallow creek. What if I bathed? No, okay. Ephraim. Yes, I have a lot of things to ask. Okay. Do you know of any creatures that live on High Island? How could I, friend? I haven't been there. He suddenly looks to the sky, raises his hand, and starts to tap at the top of the wolf's head. But the harpies, aye, they're common on the coast and on open waters. I saw them from Gale Rox's beach. Rocks and sticks don't fly well when thrown upward, and a bow would be a safer bet. Do the hunters from Pelt of the North hinder your job? Nah, they only get closer when they chase after wounded prey, so our woods stay mostly the same. You could have another village twice our size, he glances toward the gate. Halfway from here to Pelt, and there would still be more than enough game for every belly as long as they would forage and set up farms. You ask him if he has ever considered joining professional hunters, but he takes off the wolf's head and gives it to you so you can take a better look. It's weirdly warm from the sun. That's the only wolf any of us felled in the last 5 years, you see. Not that we're cowards, he suddenly raises his voice. Our trade just isn't like the big game hunters. I place fish traps, put glue to catch birds, shoot rocks at rats and rabbits. When in a group, we may seek roe deer or aurochs. He takes the hat back and looks at it with nostalgia. Those in the inn seek trophies, not meat. So they hunt for big beasts, ones that, you know, fight back. Our ways are different, but I like that bunch. At least they smile, unlike others in the peninsula. Hunters will always find a common tongue. Once you see enough blood and guts, you have to laugh or go crazy. Have you ever met the tribe of the Green Mountain? He leans away, gives you a surprised look, but then shrugs so nonchalantly that his hat falls on his back. Nah, they use the old speech. It sounds like a drinking song of a seagull. He scoffs at his own joke. They only talk to our elders, like Foggy, he whispers. Aye, they don't call her that. There was a time when they gave us seeds and spears on a visit, and we also brought them gifts to ask them for something. What was it? After he prates for a bit, you change the topic. Do I know anything new about the hunters? No. I need to find Admin and Dahlia. Alright. And I think that is it for today. We're going to do another save. Alright everyone, this has been absolutely brilliant. I've had a really, really good time. Progress is happening so quickly that I barely know what's going on. We're going to be going on a boat. We need to speak to the tribe that used to live on the island, and then we're going to take a boat to a volcano island where Asterion disappeared. Asterion was the lover of Eudocia, whoever would have thought. This has been really, really fun. Thank you everyone for your advice and your help and your company, and you've all been delightful. I hope you have a lovely rest of the week. And I will be back on Friday with more Outer Wilds if anyone wants to join in. So, yeah. Goodbye, everyone.